Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a quick prediction video for the match winners and total 180s for the 6 round 3 matches tomorrow. You can see those on the right. These are first to 4 sets, and I'll be going through using the yearly stats comparison of each players along with their round 1 and round 2 stats. Feel free to fast forward to any point or pause whenever you'd like to look at the numbers in depth. Let's get into it. Match number 1, we have Wesley Plazier versus Krzysztof Ratajski. I'm going to be going through these fairly quickly, so feel free to pause on any of the slides. Power rankings are about the same. Darts Oracle has each person at a 50-50 chance, basically. The correct score prediction is a pretty even spread, with the highest being 16% for Ratajski, winning 4-2. Looking at the numbers for their stats over the last 12 months, there's not too much a difference. They're both mid-90s average with 40% checkout. They played once in 2024, and Wesley took that down 6-5, so it was a good match. My pick right here is Krzysztof, basically because of his big stage experience and stamina, and for his percentage deciding legs won. It's 12% higher than Wesley's. I believe Wesley might gas out after 3 or 4 sets, and I think if they go the distance, Ratajski is going to take it down. Let's look at their trending stats. For these slides, I'm kind of just going to breeze through these, look at anything important I'll mention, but just feel free to pause and take a look yourself. You could see Wesley's 180s are trending upwards at the bottom there. These guys are fairly even everywhere. Their round 1 matchups comparison. We had a 97 average for Ratajski in the first match, 3 180s and a 50% checkout. For Wesley, 92 average, 3 180s and 55% checkout. So a little bit higher scoring for Ratajski in round 1. Round 2, Ratajski took it down with a 94 average against Ryan Joyce, who's a solid player, 3 180s and 37.5%, so it went down slightly. 94 average for Wesley, 2 180s, 56% checkout, and he beat Price 9 legs to 4 and 3 sets to 0. So that's something no one would have predicted there. Great match by him. Looking at the total 180s prediction here, it's set at under 8.5 right now. So basically what I did was I took the correct score predictions from a few slides ago and kind of broke it down into how many possible legs each set could have, and then took the average. So if this goes the distance, they'll hit the number. If anyone wins 4-0 or 4-1, it's unlikely that it'll be over 8.5. I'm kind of betting that this one will go the distance, and they both live up to their 180 average. So that's kind of how I did this sheet. Match number 2, Andrew Gilding versus Luke Woodhouse. I have Gilding taking this one down basically because of how well he played in round 1 and round 2 of this tournament so far. If we look at the previous meetings they've had, Gilding has taken down the last 4, so he may be in Luke's head a little bit. Looking at the trending stats, not too much difference between the two other than Luke's higher checkout percentage. Both have the same 180s per leg. Round 1 stats, 98 average for Gilding versus 90 for Woodhouse, 3 180s each, and 44% checkout for Gilding versus 30.56. Gilding takes round 1. Gilding took down Doby with a 99 average, 4 180s, and 37% checkout. Woodhouse took down Max Hopp, who only averaged 85, with a 92 average, 4 180s, and 36% checkout. Gilding takes round 2. Looking at the total 180s prediction, over under 10.5. I'm assuming this one is going to go 4-3 or 4-2, and the spreadsheet says it's a decent chance that the over is going to hit if this score line hits. If one of them takes out 4-1 or 4-0, yeah, it's unlikely this is going to hit. But I got Gilding winning this. I think Woodhouse is going to put up a fight over 10.5 180s. Match 3, Johnny Clayton versus Niels Zonneveld. Niels is only a 30% predicted win here by Darts Oracle. I'm picking him to win though. I like the way he played in the first 2 rounds, And if you look at their recent meetings, the last 4 times they played, Zonneveld took it down, although it was 2024 and earlier. But yeah, he's a 2-1 dog. I'm picking him. Let's take a look at why. Comparing these numbers, I'm looking at the yellow numbers here, last 3 months, kind of. And Johnny's numbers are trending down, 96 to 95 for average, 105 to 104 for first 9, and 42 to 39 for checkout percentage. Compare that to 92 to 94 for average for Niels. Slightly higher first 9, 100 to 101, and then his checkout percentage is going up. His 180s are trending up, while Clayton's are trending down. Moving on to round 1 stats, 92 average for Johnny, 4 180s and 35% checkout. Basically the same thing for Niels, not too much difference between the two. Looking at their second round stats, Niels had a 95 average with 5 180s and 43% checkout against Michael Smith. And another reason why I'm not betting on Johnny here is that he didn't get to play because Dom got banned. So he's a little bit ice cold here. Looking at their 180s, I'm thinking if Niels does win, the over 14.5 will hit, because both of them can hit a lot. They can both easily get over 7. But Johnny can also take this down 4-1 or 4-0. So I'm betting on Johnny missing a few doubles, Niels being on his game. That's just how I feel this is going to happen. Look at the numbers yourself, make your own decision. Match number 4, Andreas Harrison versus Ricardo Pietreczko. Looks like it's about a 50-50 prediction here. Stats really don't differ at all, and they haven't played before. I'm picking Ricardo here just because of his big stage experience, but this one's pretty close in my opinion. Andreas has been playing great. Let's look at their stats here. Andreas has been pretty static throughout the year. He's definitely hitting more 180s, so I would bet on more 180s for Andreas. But yeah, I'm moving on to round 1 stats for them. 94 average, 4 180s, 46% checkout for Andreas versus Ross Smith. He won 12 legs and lost 11. That was a crazy match. Crazy upset here. And then Pietreczko took down D'Souza, as I predicted. 91 average, 4 180s, 44% checkout. So these guys are right in line. Round 2, 88% checkout, 2 180s and 36%, but he wasn't playing as good of an opponent as Pietreczko was playing. Chizzy should have won that match. Ended up losing. 88 average for Pietreczko. 0 180s and 39.29% checkout. So yeah, Ricardo's kind of trending down. But I think the fact that he got through that match, it's going to send a wave through him, and he's going to pick this one up. I just think the experience plays. Total 180s prediction, over under 8.5 according to DraftKings. I think the fact that Pikachu got 0 last time, and I don't think it matters how many sets this goes. I don't think this is going over 8.5. Match number 5, Stephen Bunting versus James Hurl. Hurl upset Dirk pretty bad in his last match. That was a crazy match. Bunting's an 82% favorite here. Looking at the averages in the last 12 months, Bunting has it 98 to 91. A little bit higher checkout percentage and a higher 180s per leg, but I wouldn't bet against Hurl to hit more 180s, that's for sure. Oracle's thinking 4-1 or 4-2 for Bunting. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking it's going to be 4-2, 4-1, yeah. I'm not going to look at this trending just because I think Bunting's going to take this one down, but let's look at their first round stats. 97 average, just solid. Hurl took his down against the American bunts with an 89 average, 3 180s. Bunting had 9 180s and 50% checkout. That's primetime stats right there and hard to beat. Round 2, Bunting really didn't have much competition. Still averaged 95 with 50% checkout. And Hurl took down Dirk with a 93 average, 10 180s, and 36% checkout. I think Dirk's checkout percentage lost him that match, so Hurl should have been out of the tournament. But you got to take advantage of those opportunities, and he did. So I think this is a great opportunity for him, but I don't think he's making it past Bunting. Although I do think they will hit the over here, assuming that Hurl shows up like he did in round 2. Pause that if you want to take a look at those numbers. I'm moving on. And the final match of the night, we got Luke Littler versus Mensur Suljovic. I don't really need to do much talking about this one. I'm picking Luke. He's 50% to win 4-0, and a 98.36% to win the match just in general. If Mensur does slow him down, which I think he'll be prepared for, I think the game will still be 4-0. Unless Luke shows up cold, I don't see this going 4-2 ever. 4-1 at worst if he has a bad first set. Not going to look through the trending stats here, but feel free to pause it. And let's look at round 1 here. 101 average versus 94. 7 180s versus 3. And 64% checkout versus 32. Round 2. 97 versus an 86. He had an 82 average and beat Joe Cullen. So we're talking a 15 point difference between the averages here. I would bet Littler on the triple here for sure. Most 180s, highest checkout, and win the match. It's probably not even money though. And then total 180s. My first thought was over 11.5. But I think it all matters if Luke's hitting that first triple in the first set, because he's gone a few sets where he only has 1 or 0, and I think if he has any sets where he has 1 or 0, 11.5 is not hitting. He'll be needing to hit 8 out of this 12 that need to be hit. So I'm saying he's going to win 4-0. It's going to be under 11.5. Mensur will have 2. He'll have 7 or 8. So it'll be close to 11.5, but I don't think it's going over. If Mensur gets in his head somehow, which I don't think he will, and then he pulls a couple sets, most likely going to lose that bet, but I'll take my chances. All right, guys, good luck.